Today we'll be talking about the New York Jets versus Cleveland Browns, players to watch and player props. Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about players to watch for and some player props. Before we get started today, just wanted to mention where you can follow me, Matt O'Leary NY, all over social media. And if you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast, wherever it is that you get your show. All right, so we will be using BUSR for this. That is the official sportsbook of Matt O'Leary NY. Please sign up at busr.com/Matt. You will get a 100% match deposit bonus as well as bonus casino chips. They are a reputable sportsbook and my favorite sportsbook to use when I am betting on the NFL this year. Make sure to check it out. Link down below in the description. All right, let's pull it up. We are going to be taking a look at some players to watch for and some lines, starting with Breese Hall. This is rushing yards. So you don't really get any value until you get into the 39 plus range. So if you think he's finally going to start being utilized a little bit more, I would say this is the number you want to hit at. You don't 19 plus yards, there's zero value on. You have to lay 119 at 29 plus. I don't know if I would be willing to do that. So unless you think he's doing 39 plus, this is one that I would probably ignore. Jacoby Brissett. If you want to bet on Jacoby Brissett rushing yards, you can. I would avoid that. He's not really someone that I would look for. Nick Chubb, here you go. Obviously, he's going to be a big factor in this game. They really only have they have 84 up. Oh, no, 74 up. Excuse me. Minus 450 though at 74 plus. You don't really get to some value until you get to 84 plus minus 114, 94 plus plus 107. If you're interested in Nick Chubb, I would say hold out until you get to his straight up over under, unless you're picking him to have a monster game, because value wise, like minus 450 at 74 plus is just not something that I would be willing to touch. How about Michael Carter, though, rushing yards? Minus 847 for 29 plus. Okay. You start to get some value at 39 plus yards and then 49 plus yards, too. So if you think Michael Carter's going to be the lead back again, that's some value on him. Plus 670 to go over 100 yards. Interesting. Kareem Hunt, same deal, 28 plus, minus 380, minus 110 at 38 plus. So if you see some value on Kareem Hunt, that might be a play that you want to do. I obviously anticipate the Cleveland Browns running the ball a lot this week because Jacoby Brissett threw for like 140 yards in week 1, so I don't anticipate him being utilized a ton. Player receiving yards, we are looking at Amari Cooper right now. For him to get 43 plus is minus 114. 53 plus, that's when you start getting in the plus money at 107. I don't think I'm targeting any of the wide receivers for the Browns in this game. Garrett Wilson, you get some pretty good value on. He went for 52 yards, so that you get that at plus money if he repeats that, plus 125. Do you think he'll be utilized more? If so, and you think his receiving yards go up, you get some pretty good value there. David Njoku, I would not touch. Again, I wouldn't touch any of the Browns receivers, but if you want to, you obviously can. Breese Hall, okay. 19 plus at minus 110. So you get pretty good value off the pop on the receiving yards. Do you think Breese Hall will be utilized more as a receiver this week? If so, this is probably the area you want to do it. Obviously, these numbers are extremely high, but there's not really a huge variance from 49 to 29, like plus 110 and plus 150 isn't really that drastic of a difference for 20 yards. So if you're going to play on this one, I'd probably recommend going on the low end of the plus money, just because I don't think it's worth it to risk on the plus 150 because you're not getting really a bigger return. It's not that drastic of a return. Tyler Conklin. Okay, this is an interesting one. He has minus 440 for 15 plus yards. You're probably not going to see CJ Uzama. He's doubtful this week. So if you are a believer in him getting some much needed reps, 45 plus yards of 240, that's interesting to throw a little sprinkle on. I might have to do that. Nick Chubb has numbers as well. He's plus money in everything from 18 plus yards up. But again, I'm not really targeting anyone on the Browns in receiving this week. Pretty nice value on Elijah. 61 plus yards at plus money, plus 108. 71 plus 128. If you think he goes off, 81, 173. 111 plus, you're in the 480 range. Or 360 for 101 plus. I don't think this is the week for it, but interesting nonetheless. You have Donovan Peoples-Jones, Corey Davis, who had, what did he have last week? 72. So that's, he had over 70. So plus 148 or plus 128 if you think he repeats that performance. I don't. I think they're going to utilize the tight end and Garrett Wilson a little bit more. So I would not touch that. Michael Carter, 19 plus yards. That's intriguing to me. I don't think he gets 29 plus, but I think he can get over 20 yards. Then you look at Kareem Hunt number, and then, okay, we start to get into just the over-under right now. Corey Davis, over 41.5 or under 41.5. That's what his line is set at. He should probably still go over that number, I'd think. Keep moving this down. Okay, passing yards. Yeah, I don't want to touch this. Minus 204 to get over 184 after he threw for 140 last week. I'm not touching any of these lines for Jacoby Brissett. Let's look at Flacco. He threw for 300. So if you think he's throwing for 300 again, you're getting plus 270 there. I think if I had to guess, he's probably going to be in that like 216 plus range. So minus 114 if you want to put some money on that. Completions, how many times is Jacoby Brissett going to complete a pass? Have a line on that. Flacco. I don't know if any of these really jump out. I'm hoping they're only throwing the ball like 30 to 35 times. If that's the case, like 20 plus at minus 250 doesn't really move the needle enough for me. So I don't think I'm going to bet on him to complete 22 or more passes this week. Passing touchdowns, you could place some money on. I don't think either of these guys. Again, I think there's a low-scoring game. If you saw my stuff earlier in the week, you would have saw that. I made it pretty clear that I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. So I don't think I'm laying any money on 2+ touchdowns for any of these quarterbacks. Okay, carries. I'd be more curious to see what they have for both Carter and Hall. Carter, 10 plus minus 110. Okay, so you're getting pretty good value there. He had 10 rushes last week. Breese Hall had 6, so I'm assuming that's going to go up, but minus 110 for 10 plus is not terrible, honestly. Let's see if they again, I want to see if they have anything for Breese Hall. Not that I see right now, but player receptions, Amari Cooper. Don't want to touch that. Okay, Garrett Wilson. If he has another 4-catch day, 4 more, that's minus 130. If you think he's going to be more involved, 5 catches is plus 238. 6 catches, if you want to go crazy, plus 540. Interesting. David Njoku, we're not touching. Breece Hall, they have receptions on him. So if he's getting 5 catches at 295, okay, that's an interesting one. Tyler Conklin's another good one. I think 5 at 230. I don't know if he gets to 5. 4 at minus 136. You're laying a little bit too much for me to bite on that, though, I think. Some more Nick Chubb, Michael Carter. 4 plus maybe at 113. I don't think I'm touching either of these two. And I don't think it gets up this high. But if you're going to put a play in on this one, 4 is probably the one that I would take a look at. Davis, I don't think I'm touching. Kareem Hunt, they have receptions also. Elijah Moore, how many does he get? 5+ in plus 106. That's an interesting one. I might have to go back to that one later after this video. Okay. They have the over-unders here. Brissett is 17.5. Flacco is 21.5. I think the under, there you have to lay a lot, though, at 131. So I'm not touching that, but I would assume the under. I would also go under here, but 238, not enough value. Total carries for Michael Carter over 9.5 or under 9.5. If you want the over, minus 110 is not terrible, but then I would just go back up and do that 10+ bet that we saw earlier. Breese Hall, total receptions. They don't really have rushing on him, which is a little, it's a whatever. We won't touch that. Keep going down. See, there's a ton of props that you can get into on here. I think over, but I'm not laying the 158. Minus 109 on over 3.5 is not terrible. Here we go. Breese Hall rushing yards. Minus 119 and minus 109. Yeah, I'm probably not doing that. I would say go to the alternate line there. Conklin, I would think, would be over. Elijah Moore, I'm going over 50.5 also. This is definitely over, I would say. I wouldn't do it at minus 118. I would go find an alternate one that I like, alternate line that I liked better. Oh, here we go. Finally, some Breese Hall carries. 10+ is plus 220. I would think they run the ball more with him. Even if you want to go 9+ at 151. I think this is the area that you want to target for Breese Hall rushing. Somewhere in here. Then they have some more receiving totals for these guys. Nick Chubb over 83.5. I would think under. I think the Jets do an okay job this week. Man, minus 114 for the over or under on Joe Flacco. At that number, that's a pretty good number. I think he ends up coming right in around there. We'll do a few more, and that's it. That's it. They have his at 6.5, but it's minus 136. So again, I wouldn't touch that. But yeah, those are some props on BUSR. If anything jumped out to you, I mean, hop over there, BUSR.com. I think for me, the players that I'm looking for on the Jets are Breese and Michael Carter. I think Garrett Wilson's going to be more involved. And for the Browns, I would be looking at Chubb or Hunt. I'm not looking at any of their receivers. I'm not looking at Brissett's totals. I'm looking at really the running backs in this game, and then Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and maybe Tyler Conklin too. So let me know what you think. Who are players to watch for? Did anything stand out to you here? Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.